Don't go to London if you're on a budget, but if you are, you'll never believe that I stayed at a $1,000 per night luxury hotel in London for free. It sounds impossible, but I used points to book 2 nights at the Great Scotland Yard Hotel, part of Hyatt's Unbound Collection. Just checked into my hotel, Great Scotland Yard Hotel. It is a historic luxury hotel. Unfortunately, my room is not ready yet. I'm checking in a little early. I always do that. I always try to see if I can get in the room a few hours early. It usually works, but here it didn't. So I left my bag with them though, and I'm gonna go and find some breakfast. Since I had to wait, I killed time walking around the area and eating my first meal. After a couple hours, I got the text my room was ready and then went to check in. My name's Erin, and I'm a travel photographer and content creator based in New York City. I quit corporate life to see the world and have stayed in some of the most luxurious hotels while doing so. The real question though is, did Great Scotland Yard Hotel actually feel like a $1,000 per night experience, or did I just find a loophole into a very average stay? Let me take you inside. The mission was simple: find a luxury hotel in London that didn't feel like a generic business stay. London prices can crush your budget, and I wasn't about to spend thousands of dollars for a 2-night trip. Typically, when I travel, I collaborate with hotels and offer them my photography and content creation services that after multiple rejections citing it was still busy season, I had to pivot. Initially, the Great Scotland Yard Hotel wasn't available during my trip dates, but availability did open up at the last minute, and I snatched it right up. At 25,000 points per night on Hyatt, I used 50,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards points and locked in my stay. If you're gonna get into travel hacking, know that not all points are created equal. But if you have a Chase Sapphire card, like the Preferred or Reserve, it transfers directly to Hyatt, which is one of the best value redemptions out there. I was surprised this was only a Category 6 hotel for Hyatt, but I'm just happy I nabbed the deal. What I didn't know yet though was whether the room, the service, or the history of this place would live up to its reputation. When I first walked into the room, I immediately noticed how compact it was. However, then I caught the details: herringbone wood floors, rich textures, and a bathroom tiled in turquoise brick with the cutest turquoise vintage style radiator. Checked in and freshened up, got to come into the room like an hour early. It's kind of small, but it's really nice and historic, so I'll do a full tour in here. One design choice stood out to me the most. The toilet and shower are in separate spaces. This setup probably works better for couples, but for me as a solo traveler, it was a smidge inconvenient. It reminded me of a suite I stayed at while visiting Bonaire. I know Japanese homes also have setups like this as well for hygiene reasons. The soap was communal, which I've grown to not be a fan of because of horror stories I've heard, but it smelled like pomelo heaven, reminding me of when I traveled to Malaysia. The pillows were the perfect firmness, and what really stood out were the bed sheets, which were the tightest and least wrinkled I've ever seen. I even asked the housekeeper how she did it so that I can make my bed similarly. The toilet also has a Toto bidet, a standard I've grown accustomed to at luxury hotels, and it kept my tushy warm whenever I sat down. These little comforts add up fast. The real charm of the Great Scotland Yard Hotel is its story. This building once served as the headquarters of London's Metropolitan Police. Today, it's a hotel where guests sip cocktails in the bar and unwind in rooms steeped in history. So what's the verdict? Even though the rooms are small, the service, location, and design details made this stay worth it. Knowing I didn't have to shell out thousands of dollars made it even sweeter. If I paid cash, the room would have been about $560 per night. Walking out, I realized I got to live a slice of London's history while wrapped in modern luxury, and that's the real win. So, would you ever use your Chase points to stay here, or would you save them for another trip? Drop a comment, I want to hear your take. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.